Back in October, the Barons dominated their first matchup against the Dolphins. Can Miami get revenge? Find out next on EA Sports.
We are about 15 or so miles northwest of world-famous Miami Beach as we are set for football at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with their opponents. Hi, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. They come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Meanwhile, for Brooklyn, our visitors, they too were losers last week, so they're also hoping to get back in the win column.
Something's got to give in this one, right? Both teams want to start a new streak, and they both want it to be a victory. This should be a fun one.
Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway from Miami. No run back here on the opening kickoff as we'll start at the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by a former number 2 overall pick in the draft from BYU, it's Zach Wilson.
And he's had such a sensational season to this point, leading the NFL in passing yards. He's been helped out a lot by an outstanding set of receivers, and he's quick to give them credit. But I think even they would tell you that he's the guy that makes this offense go.
Wilson's throw taken in by Adams. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. The numbers for Adams in last week's game. 7 catches, 110 yards.
When you turn in good, consistent performances each and every week, you will rank in the top 10 in the league in receiving yards. And he's number 7 currently, hoping to move up as time goes on.
And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. Throw left side complete. That's Carter. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath, maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
On 1st and 10, it's Carter. Xavier Howard up to make the tackle.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from arm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. Here is Tua Tagovailoa heading out to lead this Miami offense.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
After the turnover, it's Tua. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 52 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should...
Touchdown, Dolphins! Will Fuller, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins, on just 2 plays, have taken the lead.
Brandon, what we just saw there were 2 guys who were in sync. The person delivering the ball, but especially the person running the route. Tremendous job. It results in a terrific play.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. And that makes it 7-0 Dolphins. They had the short field and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this late season game, of course, not lacking for drama when you talk about the AFC playoff picture.
Yeah, in a sense, it's the haves versus the have-nots because this group on offense...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And the return will stop right around the 25. Well, he had to wait until December, but congrats to the rookie, his first INT.
Yeah, he's been a reliable contributor for this defense throughout the season. Definitely got a bright future, and has gotten even brighter after making that play.
So the Dolphins offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. Now, these guys hardly got a chance to catch their breath after the quick turnover, but I doubt they're complaining much.
Especially with the field position they get to start with. I wouldn't be complaining either. I'd want to get right back out there and get after them because now you have an opportunity to make a big play. I'd say let's be aggressive and go after it.
Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle. And down inside the 15 he goes. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Nyheim Hines, his first carry. And he'll be taken down here at about the 11. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop. On 2nd down, right back to Hines. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Now, after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium. Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. So the snap will come from the 3, but remember, they don't need the touchdown. They can get the 1st down if they get a yard, and the ball gets to the 2. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. That is caught by Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Jalen Waddle, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Dolphins have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. Interesting stat line right now. Technically, he's completed 4 passes, 2 to his team and then 2 to the wrong team.
It makes you wonder what he's seeing downfield because he has completed 2 passes to his own team, but the interceptions are troubling. Is he going through the wrong reads, the wrong progressions? Is he getting fooled by defenses? They've got to figure that out over on the sidelines, working on that Surface Pro to see what they see.
From the 27, Wilson. It's caught here by Adams. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down. A handoff for Carter. Stiff-armed him. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Now a stoppage here, as it looks like we've got a Dolphins shaking up on the play. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They'll run with Carter. And now Carter going to be stopped up short. He did not get there. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
3rd and 2, and they ran the ball for only 1 yard, and everybody's going to scream at the offense. Let's give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. Defensive front out leveraged the offensive line. They got more people to the football. Yeah, they won that battle in a big way, and they're forcing a big decision now by the guys on offense.
Out now is the punter, Braden Mann. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. They will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Setting to throw on first down is Tua. He's going to find his tight end. That's Hunter Long. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be 2nd and very short. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll run on first down. It's Hines, and they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in week 5, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Now thrown to Parker, complete on the slant. He'll get it to the 40. Broke a tackle there to get some extra yardage. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. They run with Hines. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And this is picked up by the defense. 20, 10. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. Big boy earning his lunch. That's what you call rumbling with the ball, Charles.
Big man with football. He wasn't just earning lunch, Brandon. He was earning dinner. He was
midnight snack.
Everything that you could possibly do, he did it on that play to pick up the ball and go.
Now the try here for the extra point. And that one makes it 14-7. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. return. From the 6. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. Looking for a bounce back. Had the fumble a moment ago that went for a touchdown the other direction. See if he can get back in rhythm.
And you have to be very careful about having too quick of a hook with really good players. I did a guy's game in high school where he fumbled 3 times in the first quarter, finished with over 300 yards on the night, later ended up in the NFL. If you've got a talented back, give it back to him.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. John Franklin Myers. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively. Not just getting sacks, but they have to keep getting in his face. Not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. That's complete to the running back, Nyheim Hines. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. On 4th down, Matt Hawk is on to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Pulled in at the 24. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And the stakes in this game certainly high as we get toward the end of the regular season. For now, they are holding a wild card spot, but there are no shortage of other teams in the NFC looking to take that spot from them.
Starting with the guys on the other side of the field because they're on the outside looking in, and no one likes to be in that position. You want to be in the room, not looking inside to see everyone else having fun.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. They get the USC man, Elijah Vera Tucker. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. A toss left side for Carter. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A hole to dig out of here, 2nd and 17. Wilson. That's brought in by Davis over the middle. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down. And now whistles here and a flag down. Looked like someone got going a little early. And that'll set him back 5. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. To throw is Wilson. The Dolphins get there this time and they bring him down. Christian Wilkins make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
And on now is the punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And it'll be Dolphin football. Miami's offense set and ready to go. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. On second down, right back to Hines. And he loses the football a second time. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line. This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A second fumble recovery in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the first fumble recovery, they were eager to get a second one, and sometimes they just come in bunches. On the flip side, they've got to figure out how to hold the ball because the play calls seem to be okay. They're just not executing.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Wilson. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. Throwing again on second down. Wilson, throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. Third down, here's Carter. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And here's another interception, the third of this first quarter. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. On second down, it's Hines. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Second quarter from Miami, it's the Dolphins with the football. The Dolphins on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. And the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Quentin Williams in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sack.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Here's Matt Hawk now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. And I guess right now as we look at some of his struggles today, the term next play really applies here. He's got to move on.
I love where your head is on that because that's where his head needs to be, exactly what you've said. Yes, there have been mistakes made, but he's got to move on and play the next play as if it didn't happen, keep his confidence up. But how about the guys on the defensive side of the ball? They've got to be feeling great about what's going on right now. They've already gotten to him a few times. They want to keep that up. Maybe they can pick off a few more.
They disrupted already for 3 INTs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Now Wilson on first down. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
So that'll back him up 5. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. Here's Wilson. He goes right back to Adams. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll try the left side with Carter. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line.
Exactly what they needed right there because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And that is caught. It's Davis. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. And that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
On first down, Wilson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Barons are an extra point away from drawing level. And that moment we just saw, always so special for any rookie, the first touchdown of his career.
And there's nothing like anticipation, is there? You know he's been dreaming about it, thinking about it. It's been a part of every bit of his being. And finally, it gets done. He's got to feel great right now.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied here in the second quarter. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Miami set to take over. And that 14-0 lead to begin the ball game, well, that's gone now. Time to regroup.
I think even up 2 touchdowns, they knew this wasn't going to be a walk in the park, and I think that's why we would see the head coach going up and down the sidelines telling his team, let's stay with it, let's keep going. It's almost like he knew they were going to make their run at him, and they have. As you said, let's see if they can regroup and get going again.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. On 2nd down, right back to Hines. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
They just keep trying, but so far, finding no room for him to run.
None whatsoever. In fact, you run the numbers. He's under 3 yards a carry at the moment. The Dolphins on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now Tua. And able to find Gesicki as tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Tua. And this is going to be incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Oh, not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki. Tua to throw again, but now it'll be third down. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Tua sets up to pass it. He gets it into the arms of Parker. Complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. On second down now, it's Hines. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now it's Hines. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. Already a pair of third down conversions for them on this drive. But right now they need 5 yards on this third down try. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And that will be incomplete. So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 37. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins have taken the lead. So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the 3.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Now Carter to start the drive. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. They go play action now. Wilson. It's caught here by Adams. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On second down, a run with Carter. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. On third down, Carter. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a fourth down.
Another down on the scoreboard, but the urge to go for it is almost irresistible here on 4th and short. Yeah, I know they're on their own side of the field.
I was going to say.
Normally I would say punt the ball away, but I'm feeling it. I say go for it.
Here's Braden Mann now as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Tua Tagovailoa in the offense heading back out. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play there for the Dolphins.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver. And as this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Tua going to throw. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. You and I watched film yesterday, and you told me to watch his feet. Well, for whatever reason, his footwork just looked off on that throw.
And you always love it when an ex-defensive back talks quarterback mechanics, right?
Well, but you're good at it.
Well, I try, all right? I don't know how good I am, but it doesn't take much to tell. His mechanics are off a little bit, exactly what you described. Footwork, that led to the incompletion.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. This is Hines. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. 43 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Sheldon Rankins in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Another try after the first down sack. Tua, and that one's going to be off target and incomplete. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This will be 3rd and forever. Looking to pass. Tua. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Here's Matt Hawk now as he's on to punt for Miami. Averaging over 50 yards of punt so far as this one's away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach Can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. From the shotgun, Wilson. He'll check this one down to Carter. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. To throw again on second down. Wilson. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a fourth pick of the ball game. To throw again is Wilson. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And that is taken in by Njoku. And he will have a first down as they're into field goal range now at the 30.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Wilson. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we go up to Orlando now and hand it over to Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Jared Goff leading the way there as the win gets his guys back to 500 on the year. Next, we're off to Baltimore to check on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they were winners in that one as they defeat the visiting Tennessee Titans. Hollywood Marquise Brown. 2 touchdown catches in the victory. And then finally, a good one on Monday Night Football between the Indianapolis Colts and the Arizona Cardinals. We'll continue on and take a look at the next-gen stats from the first half. And despite the fact that they're down on the scoreboard, they were able to have some success throwing the football in that opening half. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. No run back here to begin the half, and we will start at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins getting set to go back to work here in quarter number 3. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
They'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. On second down, it's Hines. 57 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Pass incomplete.
But listen, when you've got the lead, There's absolutely no sense trying to fit a ball in where you shouldn't. You can see the coaching in his head taking place on that play because he saw he had a receiver in the area. He just put it well over his head, out of harm's way.
The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. John Franklin Myers, he continues to wreak havoc in the offensive backfield. Sack number 16 on the year. By that time, it looked like he essentially just ran right into the pass rush.
Yeah, partner, I'm not much of an outdoorsman, but the fish jumped right into the net, didn't he? Because you've got to make sure that you're deep enough that you can get around the defensive end, have an angle there. But he couldn't do it because he actually cut that one off. Really nice play coming off the edge.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. This will be caught. It's Waddle. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. It'll be a gain of 17, but even with that, they'll be well short here for 4th down. And now some disagreement down on that sideline. The red flag is out, and we're going to get a challenge. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. A 41-yard punt there with no return. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense get in gear?
I think, partner, you can sense them saying, okay, the first half was theirs, but now let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for the second half.
On second down now, it's Carter. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. On 1st down, right back to Carter. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's a give to Carter. So that one will be accepted. To throw is Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. A big kick that time, 52 yards. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And as the numbers show, he really wasn't in the mix at the beginning, but they've got him in the rotation now, and it's proved a good move.
And that's what happens when you're a good player. There's a lot more attention drawn to you, and it's obvious that they had him in their game plan on defense, not letting him get off to a good start, but he's found a way so far here in the second half.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw here taken in by Parker. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tua escapes, but now he's swallowed up and taken down. John Franklin Myers in there to bring him down, and that is sack number 17 now on the season.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Got a man. It's Waddle, complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
On first down, Hines. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Tua. Throw right side, going to be caught here by Waddle. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you say, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. Or let's see who's faster.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Here's Hines. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
From the 6. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And the Dolphins have got it.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Tua and the rest of the Dolphin offense heading back out. So, Charles, there are the numbers. What's happened here? Defensive adjustments that's caused him to sort of fall off a bit?
I think so. That has to happen. You've got to make some changes because in the first half, they were pretty effective. But the second part is sometimes when you're doing really well, you get off your game a little bit. You get off the gas a little. You're like, okay, we've got this thing. And that's not necessarily the case. Maybe right now, someone just needs to tell a joke in the huddle, loosen things up, and get their big guy going again.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2. Tua now, 3rd and goal. There's Fuller for a Dolphin touchdown. Will Fuller, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Dolphins use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now Brian Flores going to lead the offense out there to go for 2. The 2 are going to try and throw for it. And he's got it. So the try for 2 successful. And that bumps their lead up even further. He hits the big target for the two-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Takes it at the 7. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though,
Yeah.
because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
Wilson now off the bootleg. And it's complete to Adams. And he's brought down.
And another thing that makes a comeback route really effective is that oftentimes after you've made the initial move, receivers breaking away from the defensive back, and that makes it a really tough play to defend. And a nice chunk of yardage picked up there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Out of the gun, they run with Carter. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Throwing is Wilson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now it's Wilson. This is the tight end, Njoku. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first.
They brought in a heavy set on third down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a first down.
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter. They'll run on first down. Carter. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll go again with Carter. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Here's Wilson. And that's complete to Adams. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. Going old reliable there to the slot on third down.
And the slot position has become the bane of just about every defense's existence because how do you cover? Do you go with a bigger guy to try and use size? Try to go with a quicker guy, and sometimes you even get out quick there. Very difficult to match up with that slot receiver. That's why they keep going back to him.
And he's had the hot hand. On first down, it's Carter. And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. They'll run. It's Carter. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. Another run on second down with Carter. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Carter with it. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on third down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Wilson. And it's caught. Touchdown. Corey Davis with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Barons are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. And racing, going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Tua and the rest of the Dolphin offense back out on the field. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. To throw on 2nd and 10. Tua. Open man is Waddle, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. Winds up a very good call there defensively to challenge that one, as that now will wind up an incomplete pass. Here's Fuller with a catch. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. It's a big play there for Miami. Here on a Sunday night, you're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami, it's Dolphin football. It's also Dolphin lead to begin quarter number 4. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Tua going to throw. He'll get this to his tight end, Gesicki. That catch good for only a couple. On 2nd down, it's Hines. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 78 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Right back to him on first down. Able to fight for about 4 yards there to the 13. 2nd and 6. On the handoff, it's Gaskin. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Tua sets up to pass it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. The kick by Sanders is good. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So that CD, an important one here in the 4th quarter.
And that importance cannot be overstated. All eyes on both sidelines were staring that one down all the way. The significance is that they made it a 2-score game. Still lots of time left to go, but likely that was their goal at the start of the drive. Get 3 points, make it a 2-score game, and they were able to get it done.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And the complexion of this one has changed a fair amount. That last field goal made it a 2-score game, so they need to get points out of this drive relatively quickly. They'll start on the ground. Carter, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
But that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now Wilson. And now here's another interception. Picked by Riley Harrison. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Now I'm starting to wonder, Charles, if 5 interceptions, is that the last that we've seen of him?
Well, I think that a lot of people hope that's the last they've seen of him in this game, probably including himself. If this were baseball, the manager would have been in the mound already and asked for the ball, and he'd be in there getting a shower. But in football, you might have to go stand on the sideline and watch the rest of it and see if your backup can do any better.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They have to like the position that they are in. 4th quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. That catch good for only a couple. Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8. Now Tua. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Sheldon Rankins, what a season he continues to have, his 15th sack of the campaign.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there that brings up 4th. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. With his guys trailing here in the 4th, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Javon Holland. can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
And let's shift our attention to Will Fuller. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
Throwing again on second down. Tua. That throw complete to his tight end Long.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, touchdown! That's caught. Jalen Waddle with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Dolphins look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Yeah, I'm fun with this one, partner.
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone, this guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes, carving them up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. They'll try and throw for it. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Popular down near the goal line. Quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. And one of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
David Njoku and the rest of the offense heading back out onto the field. And a bounce back here for him after a slow start. And sometimes that's how it goes with tight ends. Those catches in their games, they can go in waves at that position.
And you get so locked into stopping them that you think, okay, hey, look at that. We've got it. We've held him down. And the best ones, you really don't hold down.
And now here's another interception. Picked off Byron Jones. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a 4th quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Sanders on for the extra point. And that will bump the lead up to 26. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick 6 put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Meanwhile, Wilson's throw taken in by Adams. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The offense on 3rd down tonight. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Wilson to throw. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Again, Wilson. It's complete. He dials up Davis once more. A gain of 6 there on 1st. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. This one caught by Davis. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Wilson. They'll set up the screen to Carter. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory right at the 40. From the shotgun, Wilson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down, Wilson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Adams. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 25-yard line. To throw again is Wilson. That's complete to his running back, Carter. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
And they've used him in the passing game to great effect so far. And here they get it to him again on the screen, and it turns into a nice positive play.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
Now it's Wilson. It's caught by Davis. Touchdown! Corey Davis with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Barons are able to cut into that deficit. He has his 2 scores, but still a sizable deficit in this game.
Do you have him in fantasy football this week?
Unfortunately, no.
It's too bad, right? That would have been big points. But he is really trying to rally his team as best he can. Things are not going as well the rest of the way for them. That's why they're down with this deficit. He might need to score a couple of more times to give them a chance.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And that'll make this a 19-point game. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Dolphins are going to recover. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. They'll run on 1st down. Hines, and he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 94 yards rushing now as he's done it on 22 carries. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On 2nd down now, it's Hines. And he's got some space here. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Naeem Hines with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. So definitely a good day's work throwing the football. Very good day's work. A 4th touchdown
touchdown, right? Because you would think with the lead, fourth quarter, they might actually do that. No chance. They've kept attacking and got another touchdown pass as a result.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it will bump the lead up to 26. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Wilson's throw taken in there by Crowder. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Throwing is Wilson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And this is incomplete.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. Wilson will throw again. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and this is picked up by the Dolphins. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's able to get this one down to about the 40. Making the play defensively, Carl Lawson. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. On 2nd down, it's Hines, and he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. Tagovailoa going to try and throw on 3rd down. Got a man, it's Waddle, complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way, it worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. 2nd and 20. Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Miami, they're not going to go quietly here as the win moves them now to 8-6 on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for our visitors,